Previous class we discussed about the receptors of morphine. Today we will discuss the pharmacological actions of morphine. There are different pharmacological actions. The first and foremost is analgesic. This is a very strong analgesic. It can treat any type of pain. So this drug is specifically used for visceral pain. The most important one is myocardial infarction, for which it is supposed to be still one of the best drug for combating the pain of myocardial infarction. Second pharmacological action is sedation. This drug causes drowsiness, sleep. If excess drug is given, may lead to coma with progressive signs of high dose, may result in respiratory arrest and death. So this is about the action on mental status. Next is the another aspect, that is the mood and subjective effect. It has got a calming effect, loss of apprehension. So patients suffering from extreme illness like malignancies, where patient is suffering from terminal illness, this drug is preferred. Next action is on respiratory center. There is depression of respiratory center. Cough center, it is also depressed, so patient is unable to cough. Temperature regulatory center, it is also depressed, so that results in cooling of body. So if somebody touches the body surface, it will be cool if patient is taking morphine. Then vasomotor center, this is also depressed. This results in lowering of BP, but point to be noted is BP is regulated by number of mechanisms. So isolated action of vasomotor center causes lowering of BP, but ultimate action will be different. We will discuss it later on. Then these all respiratory center, cough center, temperature regulatory center, vasomotor center, all are depressed, and there is mental also depression, sedation is also there. So as far as the pharmacological actions we discussed, all are depressant action, but morphine stimulates also some centers. The centers, the sites where morphine has got stimulatory effects is, first is the chemoreceptor trigger zone, CTZ. CTZ stimulation that results in very severe type of vomiting. So a patient taking morphine often develops projectile vomiting sometimes. Then second stimulatory action is on third cranial nerve nuclei. The name of the cranial nerve nuclei is Edinger-Westphal nucleus of third nerve. That results in miosis, that is pinpoint pupil. Then vagal center. Vagal center is also stimulated, that results in bradycardia. And certain cortical areas are also stimulated, that results in muscular rigidity and convulsion. So often addicted persons who are taking morphine often suffers from this muscular rigidity and convulsion. Then on CVS action is main action is is vasodilatation. There are number of mechanisms by which it causes vasodilatation. First is the decreasing of tone of blood vessel. Second is histamine release, and third is depression of vasomotor center. These three altogether causes vasodilatation. One important action on CVS is there is shifting of blood from pulmonary to systemic circuit. So, ultimate effect on BP, it is said that there is little change on BP or practically no effect. It is also said that morphine has little direct effect on heart. Rate may increase, it may decrease. Cardiac work is constantly reduced due to decrease in pulmonary resistance. This action is very important, and this is applied for some important clinical conditions. We will discuss it later on. Then on GIT, morphine causes in biliary tract there is a spasm, urinary bladder there is spasm, that results tone of both detrusor and sphincter muscles are increased, so there is difficulty in micturition. Another important one is action on the smooth muscles of bronchi, which is clinically very important. This causes histamine release and bronchoconstriction. So, clinically, this must be kept always in mind, because this should not be used in case of asthma. Because in asthma with cough, if somebody gives preparation of cough mixture with morphine, that this will increase the dyspnea. So this should not be used in cough preparations because it causes bronchial constriction. So these are the pharmacological actions of morphine. Now let us discuss the adverse effects. Adverse effects, first is sedation, mental clouding, lethargy, vomiting, constipation. Then there is idiosyncrasy and allergy. There is urticaria, itch at the site of morphine injection, as morphine is usually given by injection. Then lip swelling, local reaction at the site of injection. So these are the typical adverse effects. Then another one is apnea in newborn. If mother received morphine during delivery, because it readily crosses the placenta and reaches the fetal circulation. So once the child is delivered, after some time, frequent apneic attack occurs in newborn baby. So ideally one should not use morphine during delivery. Then acute morphine poisoning. Acute morphine poisoning occurs as accidental, suicidal or drug abuse. In all these three conditions, this morphine poisoning may occur. It is said that more than 50 milligram if given IM may result in serious morphine poisoning. The symptoms of morphine poisoning are stupor, coma, flaccidity, shallow and occasional breathing, cyanosis, pinpoint pupil, fall in BP, shock, convulsion, and respiratory failure. So all these all these symptoms develops, signs and symptoms develop during acute morphine poisoning. So we are more concerned with the treatment. How will you going to manage the case of acute morphine poisoning? The treatment first and foremost is respiratory support. You must first concentrate on respiration. One should induce positive pressure respiration if required. Second is maintain BP. For maintaining blood pressure, IV fluid, vasoconstrictor drugs may be added so that blood pressure may be raised. Then gastric lavage. Gastric lavage should be done with potassium permanganate. Now this is a catch point because most of the because this morphine is usually taken by intramuscular or subcutaneous injection, and here I am discussing gastric lavage. So how this drug reaches gastric lavage? That is how it reaches the stomach. It is said that once drug gets absorbed from the muscle when by parenteral route, then it is secreted in stomach, and after secretion again gets reabsorbed and goes in circulation. So when it is secreted, at that time if gastric lavage is done with potassium permanganate, the drug which is secreted in the stomach, that can easily be taken out. So this is a catch point. Drug is given by intramuscular subcutaneous route, but we have to do gastric lavage. Then a specific antidote. A specific antidote is naloxone. Naloxone is given 0.4 to 0.8 milligram IV, repeated every 2 to 3 minutes till respiration is picked up. After this injection can be repeated at 1 to 4 hour interval according to the clinical condition of the patient. So naloxone is the antidote, typical antidote. The other antidotes which can reverses the action of morphine are nalorphine and levonorphin. In some centers, nalorphine and levonorphin is also used. Nalorphine is given 3 to 5 milligram IV in case of morphine poisoning. So this morphine poisoning may ask in short notes as well as in viva. One must keep in mind this morphine poisoning. Then other adverse effect is tolerance and dependence. After giving some days this drug, there is pronounced psychological and physical dependence. There is lacrimation, then anxiety, fear, restlessness, mydriasis, abdominal pain, rise in BP, palpitation. All these occurs when suddenly this drug is withdrawn. So these are the signs of morphine dependence, which happens usually in case of this addiction. Then a few words about interaction. Phenothiazine, tricyclic depressants, monoamino oxidase inhibitors, all these potentiates morphine action of morphine. So these are the adverse effects of morphine. Then another important point is contraindications. This drug is a drug for emergency, so what you must remember, you must know the contraindications of morphine. As it is an emergency drug, the contraindications are infants and elderly. That is the extremes of age. This drug should not be used. This is one condition where it should not be used. Then respiratory insufficiency. Any condition which causes respiratory insufficiency, one should not use this morphine. Then in case of head injury, this drug should not be used. Though in some centers it is used, but ideally this should not be used. Then hypotensive states. In hypotensive states, then undiagnosed abdominal pain. This is very important clinically. Patient coming frequently in emergency with abdominal pain, very severe colicky pain, one should not use this morphine. Why? Because once morphine is given, the pain usually gone. So once pain gone, you can't diagnose the problem or clinical condition which is causing pain abdomen. So this drug should not be used unless and until diagnosis is established. Once diagnosis of pain abdomen is established, after that one can go for morphine to treat pain abdomen. So these are the clinical conditions which are often asked in Viva where this morphine should not be used. Thank you.